Hey guys, June here, and I gotta say I'm a little bit baffled about today's update. Combat got some very much needed attention today with the introduction of 4 brand new abilities that Jagex took the time to implement and create new animations for, but unfortunately they are completely and profoundly useless. If you're already familiar with the completely useless abilities for Melee, Kick, and Stomp, the basic and threshold variants of the stun that include a knockback and are thus slightly different from Backhand and Forceful Backhand, although they do share a cooldown, then you completely understand these brand new abilities already. For Magic, these two abilities have exactly the same damage and stun duration as Impact and Deep Impact, and because they share a cooldown, they're already pretty much useless. However, they also can't be used with a flanking switch, so there's really no reason you'd ever use these abilities. The only feasible advantage I could even think Jagex might consider these having is the knockback, which maybe you could use to push the damage from the combust ability up. However, this is so much slower than simply walking underneath the enemy that it is, of course, useless. For ranged, all the very same issues apply, however they also lack the really long bind duration that makes ranged so good at doing stun combos and rotations. These abilities also aren't only useless at high levels, they already have a higher level requirement than Impact or Deep Impact or Binding Shot or Tight Bindings, which means that any new player is going to have access to the other stun abilities that they share a cooldown with earlier than these. Furthermore, they have to be unlocked through a new ability codex that are dropped by the different horrors, and so these are basically a higher level requirement, more expensive, more difficult to obtain, and less useful version of the abilities. I honestly don't know what else to say about this. I'm honestly kind of dumbfounded that Jagex went through all of the effort of implementing these new abilities and creating new animations for them when they're so very obviously on their face entirely useless. Adding salt to the wound, the fact that combat really desperately needs attention, and it gets criminally little of it. Seeing Jagex spend some of that very small amount of development time that they devote to combat on things that are just obviously useless on their face, so useless that an intern should be able to recognize it, is very frustrating. With any luck, Jagex might take some of this feedback into mind and rework these abilities into something more interesting and useful, but for the time being there's absolutely no reason to even own these abilities, never mind to use them. Hopefully they do get reworked, as having more ability diversity has been something that most people have been desiring from the combat system for a long time. Off topic, but if you need the Reaper title, we have a pretty cool event coming up for next weekend's stream. Details are in the Discord. Thanks as always to Wumpry and Haunted Pearl for their support on Patreon, thanks to all of you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.